Germany's population is getting older, and that too really fast. By 2030, more than 20 million people here will be over 67 years old. And guess which profession is in huge demand because of that? Nursing. Germany will need nearly 500,000 nurses by 2030. So, if you have ever dreamed of working in Germany, this might just be your chance. Because nursing here isn't just well paid, it's respected, stable, and offers a really good work-life balance. But it's not as simple as just packing your bags and moving here. Nursing in Germany is a regulated profession, which means there are certain requirements that you have to meet before you can actually start practicing as a nurse. So in this video, I'll explain everything in detail. What you need to do if you already have a nursing degree and what to do if you're starting completely from scratch. Let's get started. If you're new here, my name is Srijit and I've been working in Germany for over 12 years. And on this channel, I want to provide you with all the information you need to start your career in Germany. Now, there are actually two different pathways you can take to become a nurse in Germany. And which one you should take really depends on your qualifications. So, the first path is for those who are already trained nurses, meaning you have got a nursing diploma or degree from your home country. But just because you are qualified to work as a nurse in your home country doesn't mean you are allowed to work in Germany. So the very first thing you will need to do is get your qualification officially recognized in Germany. And this process is called credential recognition, or in German, Anerkennung. Now, each state in Germany has its own office that handles the recognition of foreign nursing qualifications. So you will have to apply to the authority in the specific German state where you want to work. For example, if you're applying in North Rhine-Westphalia, the office is called Zentrale Stelle for Gesundheitsberufe. Now, don't worry, there is an easy way to find your corresponding office. Just head to the German government's official website, Anerkennung in Deutschland, type in nursing as a profession, and then select the place where you want to work. You can enter a city name or even a postal code. After that, answer a few short questions about your nationality and qualification, and the site will show you exactly which office you need to apply to. Now, head over to the website and start a new application. You will need to fill in all the required details, your personal information, details about your qualification, and then upload all the necessary documents. Every document you submit has to be officially certified and then translated into German by a sworn translator. You will also need to provide your passport or ID as proof of your identity, your birth certificate, and a CV or resume that clearly lists your education, training, and work experience. Then your nursing diploma or certificate, academic transcripts or training details, and proof of work experience if you have any. You will also need a police clearance certificate to show that you have no criminal record, and a medical certificate confirming you are fit to work. And if you have done any additional courses or special training, then include those too. Now comes a very important requirement, language. Now, nursing isn't just about having medical skills. It's about talking to patients, understanding doctors, and working smoothly with your team. So, to get your license to practice, you will need to prove that your German is strong enough to handle such real-world situations. So, here is the deal. You will need at least B2 level German according to the Common European Framework, or CEFR. Once you upload all the documents, you can simply submit the application and pay the processing fee. And the amount depends on the state you apply to. But it's usually somewhere between 100 euros and 600 euros, with most cases falling around 200 euros. After this, the recognition authority will review your nursing education and work experience to see if they match German standards. And within around 4 months, you will get an official document called the assessment notice, or in German, the Feststellungsbescheid, with 3 possible outcomes. First, full recognition. This is the best case scenario. It means your qualification is fully equivalent to German standards. And once you submit the proof of your German language level, you will receive the Berufserlaubnis, or your license to practice. Now, second case is no recognition. Now, this is rare, but it can happen if your education and training are just too different from German standards. If that's the case, then the only option is to start fresh. That means you will have to complete the full 3-year nursing training program in Germany to qualify. I will come to this later. And now the third case is partial recognition. And this usually means your training is almost equivalent, but there are a few gaps to fill. In that case, the assessment report will clearly explain what's missing and what you need to do next. And to cover those gaps, you can either complete a bridging program or take a knowledge test to prove that your skills meet German standards. First, let's talk about the bridging program, or in German, Anerkennungspraktikum, or also Anerkennungsjahr. Here is how it works. You will work in a German healthcare facility like a hospital or a nursing home as an assistant so that you can fill any knowledge or practical gaps that were found during your assessment. You will get hands-on experience while also attending classes for specific modules to cover the theory part. And depending on how much you need to learn, this can last anywhere from a few months to even up to 2 years. Once you have completed the program, and your supervisor confirms that you have met all the requirements, your qualification will be fully recognized and you will finally receive your nursing license or Berufserlaubnis. The second option is to go straight for the knowledge test, which is basically an exam that checks if your nursing knowledge matches the level of a German trained nurse. And the exam has 2 parts, a theoretical or oral exam and a practical exam. And if you pass both, you will immediately get full recognition and your license to work as a registered nurse in Germany. But here is the catch. It's not an easy one and you usually only get 2 attempts at this. And if you fail both attempts, you might have to do the full 3-year nursing program to practice as a nurse. So if you're planning to go this route, then prepare well before taking the test. In the end, whether you choose the adaptation program or the knowledge exam, that really depends on you, your confidence, your learning style, and what your recognition report recommends. Now, if you don't already have a nursing qualification, or if your degree isn't recognized in Germany, then your best option is to start fresh with a nursing apprenticeship, or also known in German as Pfelge Ausbildung. The vocational training route or the Ausbildung is a great place to start if you want to build a nursing career in Germany from scratch. It's a 3-year dual program, which means you'll be studying at a nursing school while also working in a hospital or care home at the same time. The best thing about a nursing Ausbildung is that you can earn while you learn. And by the end, you will have a qualification that's officially recognized all across Germany. So let's break down step by step how you can apply for this program. First things first, just like the first pathway, you have to decide where in Germany you want to do your Ausbildung. Then, once you have picked a location, start looking for hospitals or nursing schools that offer apprenticeship programs. And a great place for you to search is the Make It in Germany website that lists verified training opportunities. Another place you can check for opportunities is the Federal Employment Agency's website. Or if you prefer job portals, then try ausbildung.de or berufnet.arbeitsagentur.de, where you can filter specifically for Ausbildung Pflegefachmann or Frau. And don't forget, many hospitals and nursing homes post apprenticeship details directly on the websites, usually under a career or job section. Once you have found a nursing Ausbildung program that fits, it's time to get all your documents in order. First, you will need to have your school certificates translated into German. And in some cases, they might also need to be officially recognized through the ZDB. That's a central office for foreign education. For nursing Ausbildung, you will need at least the equivalent of a Mittlerer Schulabschluss, which is basically completing education up to the 10th grade. Now, German language skills are a must. You should aim for at least B1 level, but B2 is even better. You will also need a doctor's certificate confirming that you are fit for the job and a police clearance certificate showing you have no serious criminal record. And don't forget a cover letter and a CV, both written in German. Once everything is ready, go ahead and submit your application along with the documents, either by email or through the hospital's online portal, depending on how they ask for it. And here is a tip. Apply to multiple schools or hospitals instead of waiting on just one. That way, you will increase your chances of getting accepted faster. If your application looks good, you will usually be invited for an interview, mostly online if you're applying from outside Germany. The interview will be in German, so make sure to prepare well beforehand, learn a bit about the hospital or nursing school, and be ready to answer questions about your motivation to train and work as a nurse in Germany. If you are selected, then you will receive an Ausbildungsvertrag or training contract. It includes all the key details like your stipend, start date, and other terms and conditions. Read it carefully, and if everything looks good, sign it and send it back. If you're applying from a non-European country, you will need a visa to come to Germany. So the next step is to apply for the vocational training visa or visa 16A at the German embassy. And for this, you will need to submit your training contract and your German language certificate. And in some cases, if your stipend isn't enough, then you might also be asked to show proof of finances, usually through a blocked account. But honestly, in most cases, this isn't required. Nursing trainees in Germany usually earns around 1,400 euros gross or brutto per month, which is generally enough to cover basic living expenses. After completing your 3-year training, you will take the state exam. And once you pass, you officially become a registered nurse in Germany. From there, you have got options. You can stay and work at the same hospital if they offer you a position, or you can apply directly to other hospitals or care facilities. Most of them list job openings on the websites under sections like Karriere or Stellenangebote. You can also explore job portals like the Federal Employment Agency's Jobbörse, Make It in Germany, Stepstone, or Indeed, all of which regularly post openings for nurses across Germany. Now, if you are willing to put in a bit of time and effort, you can actually do all of this on your own. But if you'd like some official support with the application, you can also go through the recruitment programs run by the Zentrale, Auslands und Fachvermittlung, or ZAV, which is the International Placement Service of Germany's Federal Employment Agency. For example, the well-known Triple Win program, which recruit nurses from countries like the Philippines, Kerala in India, Bosnia, Tunisia, and a few others. I will soon make a detailed video on this program, its requirements, how to apply, and other details. But in short, they help with everything from handling paperwork and recognition to meeting language requirements and even finding a job. Another great option is the German Agency for International Healthcare Professionals, or DeFa, which is supported by Germany's Ministry of Health. They also help foreign nurses with the recognition process, job placement, and settling into the country. I will provide the link to both websites below. And of course, there are private recruitment agencies too, but be careful here. Only go with reputable agencies that follow ethical recruitment standards. There should be no hidden fees, no dodgy contracts, and full transparency at every step. Now, let's talk about the benefits once you start working as a registered nurse in Germany, starting with the most obvious, salary. As a fresh nursing graduate, you can generally earn between 2,800 euros and 3,500 euros per month, depending on where you work and how much experience you have. This is a brutto or gross salary before taxes. And on top of that, you get extra pay for night shifts, weekends, and overtime. And with a few years of experience, your salary can go up to around 4,000 euros or even more per month. And strong worker protections that make sure your rights are respected. And yes, you also get 30 days of vacations every year, paid sick leaves, and strong worker protections that make sure your rights are respected. Becoming a nurse in Germany is more than just finding a job. It's all about building a new chapter of your life with purpose and stability. Yes, the journey can feel challenging at times. The paperwork, the language, the waiting. But every step you take brings you closer to a meaningful career in one of the world's most respected healthcare systems. And since learning German is one of the key requirements to get there, I've put together a free German beginner guide to help you get started with the basics. You can download it from the link in the description below. I hope this video helps you take the first step toward building a nursing career in Germany and making a real difference in people's life. Viel Erfolg and auf Wiedersehen.